What is there to do in North London? Is it worth visiting? I get these questions a lot, and the answer is a lot and yes. So in this guide, I'm taking you around North London to show you some of my favorite places to go and things to do, as pulled from the Casual Tourist Guide to North London. Now, remember that London is a huge city, so even though we're focusing on just North London, we will be traveling around quite a bit, but the first place we're going is just down the road there. This is Redemption Cafe. They do amazing brunch food, really good coffee. One of the reasons why I picked this as one of my favorite cafes to visit in North London is because it's a social enterprise. They have this incredible prison program where they train prisoners in barista skills so that they have more of a chance of getting a job once they get out and less of a chance of reoffending. And some of the staff that work in the cafe were a part of the prison program. So the money that you spend here is going towards an amazing cause. Plus, this cafe is really dog friendly, so it's really good in my book. This is Hampstead Heath, one of the most beautiful parks in London, and it's huge. It spans 800 acres or about 3 square kilometers. For North Londoners, this is the lifeblood of this area. People come to exercise, walk their dogs. There's so many dogs here. And they can even go swimming in the many swimming lidos that they have here. Picking Hampstead Heath for this guide was an easy one because it is the best park in all of North London. There's so much to do here that I made an entire dedicated video about things to see, one at Hampstead Heath. There's a link in the description for that. But for now, I'm gonna sit up here, enjoy the views of the London skyline from this point, which is called Parliament Hill. By the way, if you're struggling to keep track of all of the things you want to do in London, then grab my free London must-dos tracker. There's a link in the description box, and that will help you to keep track of everything you want to do. Plus, it comes with 15 of my top London recommendations. One of the points of interest that I usually recommend to people in North London is the Jewish Museum, but we weren't allowed to film in there, so instead I'm gonna show you Regents Canal, and it actually works out perfectly because we're gonna walk all the way along it to get to the next place I'm gonna show you. Regents Canal is what I consider to be kind of like a vein of this part of London. Londoners use it to get to certain places, to walk their dogs, to go cycling, and it's a really beautiful place to walk along yourself because you can go see houseboats that people live on. It goes past some beautiful architecture, and it's just a nice, calm, green part of the city. So we're gonna walk along the canal for about 30 minutes to the place that we are gonna go have lunch. Sometimes you need to adjust to the width of the canal and make sure you're always walking on the left side because that's the flow of traffic. You can get so many areas on Regents Canal, and we're heading towards King's Cross, so we're only 3/4 of a mile from there. While I love a nice, expensive restaurant, I also can appreciate a place that does delicious and affordable food. And that is where Ichika Zen comes in right here in King's Cross. They do Japanese food in a tapas style, and it all just happens to be plant-based, but still delicious. If you come at lunchtime like we have, they do a set lunch menu where it's £13 for a main and a side. It's plenty of food, and it is one of the best lunch deals in the area. I'm right in front of Gaze the Word, but I'm not going to talk about it. I will let the person in charge do it.
My name is Jim McSweeney. I'm the manager of Gaze the Word, and I've been here since 1989. The Gaze the Word is an LGBT bookshop in Marchmont Street in London. We've been here since 1979, and originally it was a half bookshop, half meeting space, and over the years it's become more bookshop, and when we have meetings they happen in the evening. I think during lockdown, after we reopened, so many queer spaces were closed that people were flocking to it, and the really nice thing is the amount of teenagers who come in, often with their mums or their dads, because they can't go into bars and things, so it's a haven where they can buy books aimed at young adults or books helping them to understand their sexuality or their gender.
I think it's time for a drink. We're gonna go up to the Rooftop Bar at the top of the Standard, which is all the way up there. Emerge onto the rooftop at the Standard and you'll be able to see over the city skyline and have a unique close-up of the clock tower of St. Pancras Station. You can order any drink you'd like up here, but their specialty is their Tommy's Margarita. And if you get a bit hungry, you can order nachos or other Mexican snacks from Decimino, a little red taco truck on the rooftop. Now, it isn't covered up here, so it is open seasonally, so be sure to check the website for opening info before you visit and make a reservation if you can. If you like this guide to North London, you should watch one of my other guides to other parts of London, which you can do by clicking the boxes popping up right around me. Dog. That is London Simba. You must never go there.